What's up, ladies and gentlemen of the comic book community, and welcome back to another video. It's that time a week again where we come together, sit down, and take a look at the top 5 best covers hitting your store shelves on this new comic book Wednesday, January 28th, 2026. As always, we're going to start with DC, Marvel, and Independent, so you know exactly what covers you should be looking for when you go in your LCS this Wednesday, so you can get in, get out, get home, and enjoy those new comics. So without any further ado, let's jump into our list here this week. And as always, we're starting off with DC Comics. And coming in at number 5 spot for DC Comics this week, we have this Cover C Julia March variant on Absolute Wonder Woman number 16. I'm super excited to see what Absolute Zatanna has to offer in this book and how she affects this Absolute Wonder Woman world and the mythos of the Absolute DC universe. I absolutely love this cover for this Absolute Zatanna. I love the new redesign. I love kind of the fishnet top there. I love the downward up angled on the drawing here, how you kind of got that old school comic book feel there on the underside and backside of the chair. She's got those super high heels on. It works for me. I love this character redesign. I can't wait to see what Absolute Zatanna is going to bring to the Absolute Wonder Woman universe. Coming at the number 4 spot, we have this Cover C on Martian Manhunter number 8. I love how abstract and crazy these Martian Manhunter variants are, and this one's no exception. I love the use of the colors in this, the greens, how you have the gentleman climbing out of the Martian's mouth. It's a fantastic cover, really well done, a great representation of this Absolute Martian Manhunter story. It's one of those covers that really, you look at it and you're like, hey, I should check this out. Makes you want to pick it up off the shelf, and that's what you want in a cover, right? That's what you want, and that's what we look for in our top 5 covers of the week, and that's why it's at the number 4 spot. Coming in at number 3, we have this Cover D Ariel Olivete variant on Superman number 34. Sorry if I destroyed that name here. I'm terrible at names, terrible at reading in general, right? It's that American educational system, if you will. But I love this Superman cover. I feel like it's a good representation of Superman. You got a little bit of a huskier Superman in here. He's still absolutely shredded, ripped to the gills, but he's a little bit wider, a little bit thicker here than we're used to seeing him. I'm not a big fan of that super skinny Superman, so I do really love this version here. Although it does look like Superman had a little bit less of a battle and a little bit more battling indigestion than he is anything going on in DC KO, the tie-ins, or Darkseid, anything like that, Lex Luthor, any of his normal foes. Looks like he's losing to a bad case of Taco Bell or indigestion. Maybe he had a little Chipotle for lunch, who knows, than he does battling bad guys. But it's still a beautiful representation of Superman here, a strong Superman cover, and that's why it's at my number 3 spot this week. Coming in at number 2, we have this Detective Comics 1105 Cover C Bjorn Bernardez variant. I love this Bane-esque hulking looking Batman. Kind of reminds me of the Absolute Batman quite a bit as far as size goes. I love the look of the gauntlet. I love everything about this cover. I love the use of the kind of bright purples and pinks in the background with the lightning. That brighter tone of blue on this Batman, almost turquoise, next to versus the dark blue we're used to seeing on some Batman costumes. Beautiful cover, really went down. Almost reminds me of a Mark Spears covers in a lot of ways, but this is an absolute strong representation of Batman here from Bjorn Bernardez on this Detective Comics 1105. Pick this cover up this week. And if you want to find a cover that's on you need to watch this cover on the secondary market, it would be DC Supergirl's Next Door. This Cover B Alexander Lorenzo variant here. I love the way Kara looks in this cover. I love the use of the blues, the reds, the way she's got that big kind of 60s, 70s-esque hair going. Just a beautiful cover, really well done. But the downfall on this cover is this cover comes in at a whopping $9.99 cover price. That's right. This book is already hitting the shelves at $10. So where's it going to go on the secondary market? I don't know. You might have to check out my friends over at Renovision on the CBSI Hot 10 to find out if this cover lands as one of the hottest covers of the week as far as secondary market goes. But I absolutely love this cover. I think this is the cover to watch this week, coming to you from DC Comics. All right, that covers our top 5 for DC. Now let's hop into our top 5 from Marvel here, and let's see what Marvel has to offer this week. Coming in at number 5 spot, we have this Federico Vincentini cover. It is the A cover on Miles Morales 42. There's a lot of speculation going online that we are ending the Miles Morales storyline coming up. I don't know if that's the case. I've not been able to confirm that here, but there are a lot of factors that are working or kind of hinting towards that, as there is a variant here that's called the final variant. That's very open-ended, that's very vague, that's very cryptic. Who knows if that's the final variant or if that's just for what's going on in this storyline, as this is the end of a storyline in this issue. We are going to see, it looks like, Miles Morales and the ultimate version of Peter Parker kind of teaming up here moving forward. But I do just love the way that Vincentini draws Miles Morales and Peter Parker in these. I love the way the webbing is. It's just a beautiful cover, a strong Spider-Man representation. I wish Vincentini would do more work on the Amazing Spider-Man title, but then we'd have to walk away from, you know, a lot of the great covers that have been coming out on Amazing Spider-Man as of late, especially, you know, my boy here. But I digress. Beautiful Federico Vincentini cover here on Miles Morales Spider-Man number 42. Coming in number 4 spot, we have this Nemeth Melvia cover for Sorcerer Supreme number 2. Wanda Maximoff, Scarlet Witch, is our new Sorcerer Supreme in Marvel Comics. I love the detail in this cover. I love her wielding her magic, the pentagrams on her hands, just the detail in the background. There's a lot going on in this cover, but I feel like it all really flows and really works well. Beautiful cover here, and that's why it's at my number 4 spot. Coming to number 3, we have this Ivan Talavera Melinda May variant. Melinda May from S.H.I.E.L.D., of course, on this Iron Man number 1. I do kind of like the female Iron Man suit design in the background there. Melinda May front and center on the cover. Interested to see what this new Iron Man story has to hold, and if it ties into what's going to happen in Avengers Doomsday and Secret Wars moving forward, and see if how they tie potentially our MCU Tony Stark and Doctor Doom into this series, if they do it all. Don't know, that's just pure speculation on my part. It just seems like Marvel has this track record of when they make a shift in the MCU, they try to rework the comics to get the comic books to follow along, because they're trying to capture that moviegoer audience and get them into the comic book stores, picking up these books off the shelves. So they try to make the comics mirror the MCU as much as possible. Don't know if that's what's going to happen in this title, but I'm excited to see. Nonetheless, this is a strong cover here at the number 3 spot. Going to number 2, we have this 125 Dole variant on the Punisher Red Band Edition number 5. I love this cover. This kind of reminds me of the White Rabbit painting in the Marvel's Daredevil TV series, whether it's the Netflix series or the Disney Plus continuation of it, where it's just that whiteout painting with a little speck of red from his fight with Daredevil all over it. Wilson Fisk, that's what I mean. His fight with Daredevil all over it. That's kind of the feeling I get here, where it's almost like that white painting with Wilson Fisk just covered in blood. I love the Punisher logo on it. It is amazing. Beautiful Punisher cover, beautiful Wilson Fisk. I love the use of the whites and the reds, as the red is kind of used to outline Wilson Fisk. Otherwise, you might not see him. That's why I got that reference to that White Rabbit photo from the Daredevil series. But otherwise, strong cover, really strong Kingpin cover if you're a Kingpin fan, and probably a cover that I'm willing to pay the ratio price to pick up. And coming in our number 1 spot, speaking of Amazing Spider-Man, we got our Amazing Spider-Man annual number 1 here for 2026. Beautiful Gabriel Del Otto variant. Although I feel like this Del Otto is very recycled. We see Del Otto put Spider-Man in this pose in the same face quite a bit, and the background just seems to be what's changing. I didn't want to put it at the number 1 spot for that, but honestly, the only cover I think that could really mirror or overtake this as the number 1 spot this week would be that Punisher cover. But I do love me some Gabriel Del Otto. I do think it's a strong cover, even if it does give you that feel of being a little bit reused or recycled or rinsed, if you will. But that's why it's the number 1 spot. I am a little bit biased, and I will admit this is probably a biased pick. It's Spider-Man. It's Del Otto. To me, it's a little bit, it's on par with that Punisher cover of the Kingpin we just looked at. but I did have to put my bias in there a little bit and bring it to the number 1 spot. It's my list. Sue me. What are you going to do? All right. That's it for Marvel. Now we're going to go into our independents this week. And kicking us off for our independents in the number 5 spot, we have this cover E1 of 50 Truman Hill variant on Void Rivals. I will be honest, I'm loving G.I. Joe. I am loving Transformers. I love Void Rivals, but I fell off on Void Rivals. They lost me a while back. I have to play catch up. I hear good things about the Quintessence War so far. This is part 2 of 6 of that. Hopefully we're really getting into some action and crazy things happening in Void Rivals. But I do love this cover. It kind of reminds me a little bit of the Max, kind of, with the use of the deep purples and just the art design on it. It kind of reminds me of some covers off of the Max, if you remember that, or if you're a fan of the old MTV TV show, The Max. That's kind of the feeling I get here with the yellows and the purples and all the different deep and colorations of purple, shades of purple, if you will. Great cover, and that's why it's the number 5 spot for me this week. Coming in at number 4, we have this cover C, Ben Oliver variant on one of the hottest books of 2025 leading into 2026. I'm, of course, talking about G.I. Joe number 18. We just finished the Dreadnought War. Now we're moving forward, and we're getting our first appearance of the iconic Roadblock in this new Energon universe, and he's potentially joining Night Force. I don't know, but I'm here for it. I love the representation on this cover. I love the way Roadblock looks on this cover. Looks like he's having a good time. It's Roadblock. Who doesn't love Roadblock if you're a G.I. Joe fan? I can't wait to see the choice Roadblock makes in this. Is he joining Night Force? Is he joining some other group? Will he join up with Duke? Who knows? I can't wait to read issue 18 and find out. Coming at number 3, we have Bug Wars, the Spider Witch special cover C, Tula Lote variant. I'm not reading Bug Wars. I hear a lot of good things about it, but I picked up issue 1 and it just didn't interest me, so I was out on Bug Wars. Jason Aaron was doing great things in the Ninja Turtles, so I was supporting him that way. But if you're liking Bug Wars and you think it's good, let me know in the comment section below if I should go back and read it and what really about Bug Wars grabs you, because issue 1 just kind of left me feeling a little bit like I don't care. There's so many other books I'm already investing in and picking up every week. This isn't one of them that I feel like needs to be in that spot, so I just kind of passed on it. But I do love this Tula Lote variant. I love the detail. The female representation on this cover for Bug Wars, the Spider Witch special, reminds me a lot of Olivia Wilde. She kind of has that Olivia Wilde look to her a little bit in the face. I don't know, that's just who automatically popped in my head when I looked at it. I think it's a strong cover, a beautiful Tula Lote cover, and I think you should pick this up if you're reading Bug Wars. I mean, that's just my opinion, right? So that's why I did the number 3 spot this week. Coming in at number 2, we have Thundercats, Lucio Perillo Panthro cover. How often do you see a Panthro cover, let alone a strong Panthro cover, which is what we get here on this Lucio Perillo. I almost said Tula Lote. I'm a book behind on this Lucio Perillo Panthro cover here. Panthro looking strong, looking defiant. I love the use of grays here, kind of the gray and white toned background with looking like there's a little bit of a lens flare shining off the nunchuck chain. Great Panthro cover, great Thundercats cover. I think this is the cover to pick up this week if you are reading Thundercats. And coming in at number 1 for our independent covers this week, we have this cover B Jenny Frison variant on Hello Darkness. Finally a Frison cover that I can get behind. I love Jenny Frison. I've collected her stuff. My daughters have a comic book collection. I've collected her stuff for them because I take and collect strong female representation covers for them. I love Jenny Frison, but I feel like over the last couple of years, her art has all been kind of very much rinse and repeat. Different characters, same pose, kind of same look, same feel. It's just like if you pick up one Jenny Frison cover, you're picking up every Jenny Frison cover. There are some exceptions in there, of course, because I know there's going to be someone in the chat that's like, well, Matt, you didn't read them all, so how are you supposed to know? Right, you're right. But I know there are some variations in it, but I love this Jenny Frison. It's not just this character kind of doing the realtor pose, if you will, bending over to the back, kind of leaning up against the side of the book. No, this is a great cover. I love the variation here. It very much feels Snow White, Evil Queenish. Really well done. Beautiful Jenny Frison cover. This is the cover I'm picking up this week, and I don't even read Hello Darkness. I'm just picking it up because finally, as much as I love Frison, she's given me a reason to pick up another one of her covers that just doesn't feel like the same old song and dance. But that's it. That's our top 5 covers of the week for DC, Marvel, and Independence. Let me know in the comment section below what covers you're picking up this week. Let me know what you're excited to read this week. What did you think of last week's offerings? I'm sorry I missed the video last week, but I just wasn't really feeling, I was kind of feeling a little bit burnt out and like I needed just a reset. Got that, and we're back at it this week. Again, let me know in the comment section below what you're picking up this week, what you're excited to read, what stories or comics so far in 2026 have really been treating you well. And if you feel so inclined to do so, make sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, turn that notification bell on so you know whenever we drop a new video here on the channel. And with that being said, thank you so much for watching. Have a great new Comic Book Wednesday, and we'll see you around the spinner rack.